supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Las Vegas Raiders. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And even 20 yards and a first down on the game's very first play.
3-yard line.
First carry for Nick Chubb. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. Caught by Nelson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 27 yards there. A first down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
Ball carrier.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Brings up 4th down and 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And this carries into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
the Raiders come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Ball carrier.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. It's caught by Aguilar. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory.
Complete.
A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards.
And a Raider first down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Carr to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately. I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at the... And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback Denzel Ward. But no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Play action. Now Jackson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 77 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. He finds an opening past the 40. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And some room to work. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Raiders nothing.
They run again on 1st down. Chubb. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Chubb, the ball carrier.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go play action now. Jackson, he'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is taken in at the 5. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns add on to their lead. And it's up and good.
That's the score. Browns 21. Raiders nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Let's go, Pete. Time it up. 6-18.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Zay Jones.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Completes it to Aguilar. That catch good for only a couple.
Complete to Nelson Aguilar.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
It's second.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Back two, Mike back two. I'm here all day.
To throw his car. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
It's caught. Jones. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Carr. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut, it's hard to shake yourself out of it.
20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves them with 14 yards still to go on third down.
McMillan on the tackle.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down.
Makes it 3rd and 14.
They go play action with Jackson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Jamie Gillen.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Jones. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Las Vegas, first down.
On first down, Carr. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
It's second down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. And it's 3rd down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Breaks a tackle. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
At the 19-yard line.
I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more.
I just scored a whole bucket. I just dropped a bag on the tag. Make her throw a flag when I pass, come through station. Call me time, girl, and hit the
So that'll back him up 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
55. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Check, check. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
And he is finally out of bounds across midfield at the 40-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. But I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a full head of steam when the ball is popped in his direction.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
6-yard line.
Here's Austin Seibert now for the Browns field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. The final shot here before half for Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. From the 27, Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. Give him 8 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
It's a gain of 8.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
The ball carrier.
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll get this to Ruggs on the jet sweep. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And 7 at the Browns' 41-yard line.
Here's Carr. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Olivier Vernon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
You gotta be ready. Don't be scared of it.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
12 at the 45-yard line.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now Jackson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
On the play, and it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Carr. Aguilar has it. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
First down, Raiders.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Here we go. March 56. March 56.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And this is incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5.
Incomplete.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Carr. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 35. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Browns 28, Raiders nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game. They're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
It's so tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Browns 28.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Touchdown.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And this one through the uprights and good.
Makes the score Browns 35. Raiders nothing.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this carries into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Instead, he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Browns 42, Raiders nothing.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it? And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He'll call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
And it's third down.
Mariota on 3rd and 2. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
56
Desperation time. Mariota on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll throw again. Mariota. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 32-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again. Mariota. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. It's caught. Nelson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
1st and 10.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. His way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He'll let it go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.